story begins as an historical fact. A soot-covered platform by the railroad track. My grandfather waited for his bride to come. He'd never seen her face before. He made a simple deal with a man back home to send his eldest daughter to the wild unknown, to marry that enterprising man of dreams. They didn't bother telling her. At first sight, he could see her dread. He told her, you can go your own way instead, but you got no money and no friends here. You better come along with me. When they took their vows, what could she say? She could promise to honor him and obey, but under the circumstances, God must know she could never love a man that way. The more she knew him, the less she liked. She did her duty as his lawful wife, gave birth 3 times and had the son to carry forth his name. She reasoned, prayed, hoped for the best. Maybe this was all a test. God must have a reason, but it's not for me to know. 70 years since the day they met, the rags not turned to riches yet. One by one they're laid to rest. The dream descends to me. Knock down, rise, knock down again. It's a way of life for working men who won't quit till it does make it. The dream descends to me. The folks back home felt Hitler's storm. Right here in America, safe and warm. They thank God they'd been on that boat. Hard times come no more. Grandfather had a business pumping gasoline. Groceries, green stamps, come back please. The Great Depression was a real hard sell. Put a padlock on the door. Grandfather manned a steel mill crane when G.I. Joe was called away. Nothing kills a man's ambition like a steady wage. Then around the corners along the rails, a train approached and he slipped and fell. It sheared his leg off at the thigh, spared his life, praise God. The union made sure that bills were paid till he was well, then a job was made for the man who had a wooden leg. He put in 30 years. The company gave him a Timex watch when he retired, but the union bought him a little bronze medal. It made him so proud, it's pictured the stone on his grave. 70 years since the day they met, the rags not turned to riches yet. One by one they're laid to rest. The dream descends to me. Knock down, rise, knock down again. It's a way of life for working men who won't quit till it does make it. The dream descends to me. The need to rise, the specter of a self-made prize, the promise of a paradise that called them to this land. shame and pride were never truly satisfied. How will we know when we've arrived? There seems to be no end. And my grandmother still can't explain how she's lived so long, but nothing's changed. She asks the Lord to call her home. What does He want of me? Seen her very own children pass, grandchildren too now beneath the grass. God must have a reason, but it's not for me to know. 70